Hi everyone, my name is Z and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I thought I'd make an in-depth, sort of brutally honest review of One Tap Crack. So I think I might start making almost a mini-series of me reviewing certain cheats and giving my honest opinions on them, how I feel about them, and that kind of thing. But in today's video I will be doing One Tap Crack. Just like the last video, I will be leaving a link to the DLL in the description box if you want to install it. Although I will take, if I was you, I would take precautions because One Tap Crack sometimes has what's called ratted software. So before I actually get into this, I want to explain what that actually is. Ratted software is essentially a type of software that almost infects your computer, if that makes sense. And essentially it makes your computer susceptible to hackers. So yeah, a bit of a play on words there because you're hacking in a game. It doesn't. Hackers essentially could have access to your computer if you are using ratted software. One Tap Crack has an incredibly bad reputation in terms of being ratted. There's a lot of ratted software out there, so you have to be extra careful with the certain DLLs that you're installing. Other than that, let's just get straight into the video, and thank you guys for watching. I'll be back in a bit. So guys, I thought I'd start off with the interface. Now the interface is relatively good, actually. It's pretty simple to use. It's got all of the different tabs such as Legitbot, Ragebot, Anti-Aim Players, Visuals, Skins, Miscellaneous and Configurations. Again, I said it's relatively easy to use. Once you understand all of these different subheadings, it's really easy to make a config, edit it and do loads of different things with the config. I think the skin index is incredibly large. You can pick any gun in the game with a massive library of skins that you can pick from, including skins that don't go with certain weapons. For example, as you can see here, I've got an AK-47 with the Crimson Web skin. I think it looks awesome. You can set the wear as well, so you can go from a 1% to a 100%. You can also set the individual seed for the skin as well, and stat track kills. So if you want a blue gem, you can get yourself a blue gem by typing in the correct seed, that kind of thing. Miscellaneous is pretty good because it allows you to do B-hops, and the B-hop is also really good. But overall, I'd say the general use and feel of the interface is fantastic. It's relatively similar to, from what I've seen before, to other cheats. Apparently, I mean, I've never had it and I don't have it. Apparently it's somewhat similar to Skeet, but I highly doubt that. This individual DLL is basically pretending to be Skeet. It's actually kind of annoying, the fact that it's called that. Because, oh my god, oops, sorry. Because it's not Skeet, but I just personally got this DLL because I really like the look of it. I think it looks way better than the other One Tap Crack DLLs that you can get. But overall, I think One Tap Crack menu is relatively decent, pretty easy to use, and if I were to give it a score, I'd probably give it 7 excuse me, 7 out of 10 because of how easy it is to use and how comfortable it is to use. So the Legitbot is pretty good. It allows lots of different configurations to be made, and as you can see, the wall hack is fantastic on it. There is buttons for aimbots. So for example, I've got a button set in my config. This is an aimbot. That's me normally shooting. As you can see, I'm just missing. Then if I hold down on this button, aimbot is initiated and it locks on. As you see there, sometimes it doesn't work, but that's just the cheat or config itself. Overall, the Legitbot is pretty good, pretty easy to use, and keeps you relatively looking legit, I guess. I haven't been called out much for using Legitbot. The only times I have been called out is when people are essentially really low ranks, potentially young, and claiming that I killed them illegitimately, which I did. But overall, I'd say the Legitbot is pretty good, and if you use it properly, you can stay unbanned for an incredibly long time. I really like the Legitbot. There's a lot of customization that you can do with it. For example, lots of different visual things you can do, lots of physical things you can do. It's got a lot of room to be almost played around with, messed around with. So I'd probably, in terms of rating, I'd probably give the One Tap Crack Legitbot a 7 out of 10. And finally, the moment you've all been waiting for, the anti-aim. So is the anti-aim any good? It's alright. To be perfectly honest, in terms of free cheats, it's probably one of the best anti-aims you're going to find. Free cheat, you can't really go that far cheating for free, I'd say there are two main cheats you could use, being Osiris and One Tap Crack. I personally prefer One Tap Crack, so that's why I use it. However, I probably will make an Osiris review in the future. Now, so how is the anti-aim? Is it any good? Can you actually kill people with it? And can you actually stand a chance against other hackers? Actually, I'm going to say yes to all of those things. I've killed people with One Tap Crack, I've killed people with Aimware, I've killed people with One Tap V3, which, for those of you who don't know, is a completely different cheat in itself. I've killed people with private cheats. One Tap Crack is a pretty decent anti-aim and rage. The problem is with One Tap Crack, it's not optimized well. It is not optimized well at all, and it doesn't have certain features that other rage bots do have. For example, a lot of other rage bots usually have an upper edge on you and are basically easier to kill you as compared to One Tap Crack, because One Tap Crack doesn't have those individual things that are needed. For example, there's certain features that aren't here. But overall, the anti-aim is pretty good. The itself, as you can see, it spins quite well. There are certain things you can do. As you can see, you can jitter, you can fake duck. There are certain things that you can do in the anti-aim that will give you a bit of an advantage. The rage itself is pretty good, but like I was saying, it's really poorly optimized, which is the main problem. As you can see, there was a nice clean kill, but when I'm walking, can you see my FPS drop? I'm playing with a relatively good PC, and even now, One Tap Crack really sometimes puts my FPS in the drain. Sometimes I get as little as 10 FPS in high combat scenarios. As you can see there, that was low FPS. So the one way I think One Tap Crack can be improved is just to optimize it better, so that you don't get lag when you're going for the anti-aim. But overall, I think it's pretty decent. I'm probably going to leave a little bit of HvH footage in, just so that I can show you that the One Tap Crack HvH is possible and it is pretty good. But overall, I'd probably rate the One Tap Crack Ragebot a 6 out of 10. Now, you're probably thinking, why 6? Well, it just is really, really poorly optimized, and that's what massively lets it down. But it's still usable, and it's still